if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby. I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're
just get started and just go. Why don't you come here with me, Freddie? Everyone loves when you're in the video. Hi everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my channel and hanging out with me for today's video. I've got my trusty furry friend Freddie here. He is keeping me company, giving me focus to finish this video so I can get to what I really want to be doing, which is reading my book. We'll talk more about that later. So today's video, as I'm sure you can tell by the title, it's just a life admin bit of a reset day. So I like to have life admin days every Friday, and I'll spend a couple of hours just doing all the admin tasks that are required to run a successful and healthy household, basically. I'll do lots of things like checking in on budget, finances, banking, trackers. If I've got anything kind of admin-y to do, like maybe I want to ring up the insurance and check and make sure that I'm getting a good deal, or maybe look at switching providers for anything, which is a pretty big undertaking. But that's why I like having these dedicated days where you set aside enough time to take care of all those things, which otherwise, you know, they just could be put off and put off indefinitely, and they never get attended to. So I'm going to not ramble on, but I'm going to probably switch to a voiceover and just take you through all the things that I do on my life admin day from an admin perspective. There are also some things that I do like more from a cleaning perspective, but I'll pop that up in a separate video over on Sorted HQ, which is my other channel, which is dedicated to organising, cleaning and decluttering type content.
Oh, look, here he goes.
Now, like I mentioned, I do life admin days every Friday, but there are 2 in the month where I do very specific things and I do a few extra things. So that's the last Friday of the month, just getting ready for that new month ahead, and then also on the first Friday of the month, which is wrapping up, reviewing, reflecting on the month that has just gone by. So the last and the first Friday are more more intense, more involved and more structured. The other 2, they are just basically just do everything that needs to get done. So that includes like doing a digital declutter, cleaning off all my desktop, making sure all my phone and my emails are all sorted and up to date. Anything that can quickly get out of hand if you don't keep on top of it on a regular basis. That's pretty much what I do on a life admin day. It also includes going through my planner and my calendars, making sure everything is scheduled, making sure any appointments that I've got, they are marked in my calendar, but they're also set on my phone. So I like to use a number of different planners. I like to have a written pen and paper planner where I can write things down. I'm much more likely to remember things or stick to them if I have them written down. I also have, this is a mini version of it, I also have like a monthly calendar like this where I plan out all of our family activities or any appointments or anything so that everyone can see it and reference it, and this is pinned up on the message board that is in the entry to our home. I also put things into my phone as reminders and alarms, because reminders sometimes get missed, but alarms I never miss. So I use my phone for reminders and alarms, making sure I never miss out on those really important things. I also have separate calendars and planners for work-related items, so that is planning out anything that I have to do for YouTube or for Instagram or anything for my website or anything that is from a work or business-related side of things. That's taken care of in a similar way. But enough being said about that, let's jump straight into all the things that I do on my life admin days. So the first thing that I get stuck into on my monthly life admin day is to set up my calendar. Now, I created these planners and organizational tools so that they were set up exactly to meet my requirements. Okay. I use the subscription service PicMonkey to create all of my digital documents and planners, but you could definitely do the same in, say, Canva or one of those other platforms. I also have a ton of free printables and printables for sale on my website, so definitely check those out if you're interested. I'll leave it linked in the description below. But the reason that I made them is because I couldn't find anything that was existing that suited me, suited my family, and suited my requirements. As for habit trackers, I really love having habit trackers. This one I've just done as a little tester, writing out all of my 7 things that I clean every day. But you can literally have habit trackers for absolutely anything. And when you laminate, you print it and laminate it, you can just take some cream cleanser. You're not using a printed piece of paper every week, which some people seem to take issue with. Just print one out, laminate it, and then reuse it over and over again. And then what you can also do is just use magnetic tape to stick to the back of it if you want to stick it on your fridge maybe. I personally don't love having things on my fridge. I think it just looks crowded and messy, and it just makes it harder to clean. So I'm just doing this to show you guys how easy it is. And I think I got this from Kmart, or I'm sure you can find it on Amazon or at an office supplies store. It's just a couple of dollars. I do have my cleaning schedule, weekly cleaning schedule, and my daily cleaning schedule stuck to the side of my fridge so it's out of the way. But then you can just stick it, but usually I will just pop it up on my corkboard here. So then you can just grab a permanent marker. Yeah, so I just got this Sharpie fine point permanent marker. And then you can just pop on whatever you want to do. Whatever it is you want to work on and improve, literally a habit tracker, it just should be a non-negotiable. Okay, there is a saying, you can't improve what you don't measure. And a habit tracker is a great way of measuring what you're doing and what you're trying to improve. So you could say, oh, I want to drink 1.5 liters of water a day, because I was shocked when I started measuring exactly how much water I drank each day, and I thought I drank a lot of water, but it turns out I don't drink nearly as much as what I think in my head I am drinking each day.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby. I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life.
So having a habit tracker and putting an actual amount on it is a great way to track it and that you can improve on it. It also is good motivation to be able to see the ticks and to have like a long string of ticks to make sure that you are keeping on track, hence the word habit tracker, and you are tracking well with your habits. So a simple habit tracker like this, and you can literally just write it down on a piece of paper. You don't even have to print it out. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. I've got free ones and I've got ones for sale on my website. Definitely will leave them linked down below. But you just need to write it out for yourself. You don't need to have anything fancier than a pen and paper to be able to do this. And this is a great thing to spend some time each month, and definitely again on the weekly life admin days, just checking in, just keeping track of, and just constantly keeping track of it so you're not leaving it so long without the opportunity to go back and check in. So this was the intention sheet that I started for last month, just setting some intentions for different areas that I wanted to achieve in April. So I did April this month, I will, and I just did start, stop, visit, learn, try, be, eat, make, give, and then I added read through the month. And then I just put a spot for the highlight of my month and something that I'm looking forward to, because the thing that they say is that the key to happiness is to have something meaningful to do, have someone to love, and something to look forward to. So trying to incorporate those into here, and that's something that I've been incorporating in my monthly reset, just to really make sure that the focus just isn't on purely like career focused goals or work related goals or financial goals, just to make sure that it's a nice even spread of goals and intentions for the month. Next up on the list of things that I like to take care of on a very regular basis is digital decluttering, and that includes keeping on top of everything that's on your desktop. Making a habit of doing this regularly is life-changing, just the same as clearing out your iPhone of apps and photos. How many of you have 1,000 photos of exactly the same thing? Get in the habit of favoriting the ones you want to keep, and then on a weekly or on a monthly basis, take all those favorites and save it on your desktop or in an external hard drive as that month. That way you'll always be able to reference your photos. I have an entire video just on this topic, completely dedicated. I'll link that linked below. But staying on top of your digital clutter is one thing that I would highly stress to make sure you stay on top of and take care of it on a weekly or at very most a monthly basis. Things like emails in your inbox can so easily get out of hand, but if you do it more often, you'll keep on top of it without much effort at all. Here, I just wanted to share with you just this planner, desktop planner that I picked up. Look, $16.99. So that is a bargain price from TK Maxx. It's a 17-month planner, and it's got literally all the stock standard things in it that you would expect from the planner, but definitely just having that quick reference for the dates, and then from a month-to-month perspective. So we'll just jump through to June. So it's got a little quote at the start. And then it's got literally everything you need. Now, I do change some of these around because I use this more for a work planner than for a personal planner. So from birthdays and anniversaries, I might change it to like statistics or sponsorships or anything that is important for that month. And then it just starts with a monthly calendar overview, which is great to have. And then it just starts on the first Monday, the first week of the month, which starts on a Monday. And then it goes through. And then it's got a note section, and then you start again in the next month. So I love having this. Very inexpensive. I don't think you need to spend a ton of money on something so simple. Just find something that's layout suits you, that it's got all of the things that you are looking for. So definitely highly recommend grabbing yourself, if you're a pen and paper gal like me and you like the act of writing things down and writing things out, definitely look to pick up a planner like this one. It's a nice kind of compact size, not too big, not too small. It is just, yeah, perfect. Probably the most important thing that I do on a monthly and weekly and often daily basis is keep on top of my budget by using an expense tracker. And I've promised for the longest time that I would detail exactly how I set mine up. So here goes. So I just use Google Sheets to set up a basic spreadsheet. And then as you can see on the bottom, I make a tab for each month. Then I set up a very simple spreadsheet formula with the date, the details of what I have spent, the amount that I've spent, and then I break it up into categories that are important to me to track. And this will be different for everyone. Whatever you want to track as a separate category, make that at the top. So it might be like mine: bills, groceries, home, transport costs, school costs, anything that is fun or entertainment related, alcohol, eating out, whatever it is that you want to track or put in its own category. Every day or every week as you spend money, just keep a track of what you've spent money on and how much you've spent. So you've got a total column, and then you've got it broken up into those categories that you want to keep an eye on. Obviously, the more columns you have, the more individual categories you will be able to keep track on, especially if you're trying to identify ways to save money or areas that you might be spending too much money. This is a critical thing to do if you are serious about saving money or budgeting and stopping spending money. In addition to the details and the expense amount, you can always add an extra column at the end with notes. So if you want to put any more specifics about what the total cost was for, rather than just the brief details column, you can by all means go into as much detail as you like. I then set up a simple total row at the bottom of the month where I put in a very simple formula. It is just the sum, and it just is this cell equals the sum of everything above it. You can just copy that formula across the row. For any expenses that are identical month in, month out, they are always the same. So this might be, for example, you have mortgage or rent repayments, car repayments, anything like that, like cell phones or anything that stays the same month to month. Set up a little section at the bottom where you just enter those in once, and then you copy that into your fresh month as a template, as you'll see later in this video. It just saves you the hassle of having to re-enter and remember all those expenses that are month in, month out the exact same. And then at the end of the month, you can start a total page where you just copy and paste into that front total one row for each month, which will eventually tally up into the year. You can keep track of how you're tracking from the previous month. It is good to see if you've got a goal to reduce spending in a certain category or a certain area, you can see how you're tracking against that. If you're really fancy, you can set up your front total page so that each cell equals the value of the month and the category that it relates to. But if you're not that pedantic about it, just copy the total row at the end and then paste it into your front yearly total page. Now, some people might say this is so over the top, but I guarantee you, if you are serious about saving money, this is the must do. And even if you don't want to maybe budget for or account for every cent you spend, allocate yourself a discretionary spending amount of maybe like $50 a week or $100 a month, whatever is in your budget, and then just account for that one amount, and then you can spend that however you want without having to track those individual costs. Hopefully that has given you some idea of how I set up my expense tracker. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. One thing that I wanted to stress in today's video is that being so structured, or taking this very structured approach to planning out my time, it doesn't really come from the motivation anymore of being super extra productive. It comes from the motivation of being efficient, and being efficient in getting things done that you have to get done in the quickest amount of time possible, so that you have free time, guilt-free time, because you've already got your to-do things done, to spend time on doing things that you actually enjoy. So I think it's really about making sure that you reframe that mindset, thinking about your productivity and your routines and your schedules, and organizing your life in such a way that it comes from a benefit to you at the end of the day. So for me, having a strict approach to structuring my workday or my home admin, it is about getting those things done in the shortest amount of time possible so I can maximize the free time that I have to enjoy life and enjoy doing the things that I love doing. Like reading the book that I mentioned at the start of this video. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is a First Friday fundraiser video. If you missed out on last month's First Friday video, it was a catch-up video where I shared some things that were going on with Freddie and a new initiative for the channel. So First Friday is a day that I'm going to be posting a video, and all the AdSense revenue that that video earns for the month that it is posted in, I'll be donating to a charity of choice. Last month we picked the RSPCA because of what happened to little Freddie. I'll leave that video linked down below. If you haven't looked, you can check that out for sure. And so all the AdSense revenue that that video raised for April, that's the month that it was posted in, I am going to be tallying up and then donating that to the RSPCA. I thought it would just be a nice way to be able to give back to the community, just in a small way, one video each month, just being able to donate that money to charity, just as a little way of making the channel a little bit more meaningful. Now last month, granted, I didn't really think it through very well. I kind of just launched into it, and I probably didn't pick the greatest topic to launch a fundraiser for, because the topic of little Munchkin Freddie, as much as we love him and all the regulars to the channel love him, it wasn't a video that was widely popular with a lot of people who don't know the channel. So from this month forward, I'm going to pick topics obviously that are a little bit more interesting to a broader audience. It might attract a little bit more views and attention and raise a little bit more money, but still, something's better than nothing. And it's a little learning curve moving forward also, to be able to improve on moving forward. This month I have chosen the Starlight Foundation as the organisation to donate the AdSense revenue raised by this video for the month of May. The easiest way for you to help raise the most amount of money possible is to watch the video through without skipping the ads. So if you did skip the ads, be sure to go back and watch it again and let the ads run through. Leave a comment, leave a like, share it with your friends. I really want to be able to raise the most amount of money possible for this amazing organisation that provides services to children and their families who are in hospital for anything from serious illness through to palliative care. So guys, that about wraps it up for today's video. If you did make it all the way through and watch till the end, make sure you leave me a little comment below to let me know. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe before you go. Hang out and watch another video or two. Have a fabulous day, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone. Freddie, can you stop that? Are you gonna sit down? You just wanna play.